welcome back to the SportsMax Zone. Well, it's finally here, the day we've all been waiting for. The Olympic cauldron has been lit, marking the official start of the 2022 Winter Games. Jamaica, Haiti and Trinidad and Tobago's flag bearers were present and beaming with Olympic pride. From the host nation, Chinese athletes were the last to parade at the opening ceremony in Beijing. While President Xi Jinping waved on, the stadium changed its lighting to red as Team China entered. Beijing is the first city to host both the Summer and Winter Olympics. Jinping has made a concerted effort to make China a significant player in international sports. So Lance, of course, we started the show talking about the amazing ceremony, the fact that China never ceases to amaze us. But what stood out for you most about this morning's opening ceremony?
Well, when we saw the Caribbean representatives, to be fair, that there's always something that touches you when you see that, even at the Summer Olympic Games, and it is even more profound or pronounced when they're at the Winter Games, because you could argue that they don't belong here. We are not winter people, we are not snow and ice people. So, those moments carrying the flag, the Trinis, the Jamaicans, and the Haitian. There's a U.S. Virgin Islands skeleton racer who had COVID, so she didn't appear at the opening ceremony. Let's hope that she will be cleared in time to compete, because I think she's scheduled to compete next week. But the Chinese are always, they're just so colorful and imaginative, creative in how they do these things. I remember when we were in Beijing for the 2008 Summer Games, we were blown away by the opening ceremony. It was like the best we'd ever seen. I've had some discussions with people who saw it today, and they are even suggesting that today outstripped what the Summer Olympics of 2008 was. But the interesting thing was, immediately after the 2008 opening ceremony in Beijing, London, the organizers of the London Olympics, who were coming up 4 years later in 2012, put their hands up and said, guys, don't expect us to look like this. We can't match this. So well done, China. Our production for opening ceremony in London 2012 will be a lot more tame. Yeah. So they were so intimidated by what they saw. They just felt the need to tell the entire world immediately that don't expect London 2012 to be anything like what we saw today.
Well, you said it all. The fact that, the Chinese, you really can't top them. They put a lot of thought and a lot of effort into what they do. And I mean, the work itself speaks for itself. Yeah. You can see what they've put on. You can see the amount of effort that has gone into this. And Lance, another point I want to make is they've been so vigilant with managing COVID-19 when it comes to these Olympic Games, so much so that one COVID case has caused the entire area to shut down. How, what do you make about how they dealt with COVID-19 leading up to the Games?
Well, there are many ways that you can look at this, Mariah, because of the secretive nature of China's administration. There are a lot of times people don't trust the narrative coming from them, and you sometimes wonder if everything coming out from the Chinese authorities is exactly as it is. On the flip side now, what I would say about them is their high level of discipline. When the Chinese are approaching a project, the level of discipline, diligence, and seriousness that they attach to it is unmatched, which is why something like an opening ceremony or any kind of ceremony that they put on will stand above most that you will see anywhere else, because the level of discipline and seriousness that they attach to anything they're doing. There were stories of, there were stories for decades now about criticizing, this isn't China alone though, but the drilling of 8-9-year-old gymnasts into becoming world champions, and there is the feeling that it's abuse. Yeah. The extreme they go to pressuring, pressuring 8, 9, 10-year-old girls in gymnastics. And while you can look at it from that standpoint, it also points to how serious they are about not accepting mediocrity. If they're putting their minds to something, they have to get the ultimate. The best. The pinnacle is where they're aiming for. And that's just how the Chinese are. And I know no society is perfect, but the Chinese society has its pluses. And to be honest, the discipline and the sort of structure that they put into a lot of what they do, a lot of other regions in the world, I think, would benefit from it if they were to approach things in a similar way.
Right, and just to pick up on your point, the fact that you were talking about the pinnacle of success, we saw our Caribbean athletes in their glory this morning, and I couldn't wait. So I was about to have breakfast. So Jamaica had crossed the stage. You know, I saw the flags. Benjamin Alexander is no stranger to us anymore. He's a family of the SportsMax zone now. Jasmine, I had the opportunity to have a one-on-one conversation with her. So they were gone, I recorded that. And Lance, I was so bent on eating breakfast after Trinidad and Tobago crossed the stage. Do you know that it was almost after 8 and I was so hungry and still waiting for my national flag to pass?
So you can't whistle and ride?
What does that mean?
Eat breakfast while watching TV?
No, I could, but you remember I wanted to record. I want to take a picture of them on the television.
And you know what? As we've seen, a lot of the situations now in the opening ceremony is that they don't always go in alphabetical order.
No, of course.
But there was a time they did that. There was a time when they did that, so you could go and do something else, and you monitor where they are in the alphabet and know who would be coming next.
Well, that's what I was trying to do today. So I was like, okay, maybe, all right, so S. Cool, we're coming up.
Yeah.
No? Then they went back to like C.
Yeah, because after Trinidad and Tobago, I think we saw New Zealand and...
Yeah, trust me, it was all over the place.
So it was,
And what about Haiti? But
part of that is the language. In the Chinese alphabet is different as well.
Well, trust me, I love how they speak. So every time they would say it in English, and then I'd hear the Chinese version of it. Wow. I think that also adds to how special it is.
Yeah.
So, also we make mention of Haiti. They're making their debut at this Winter Olympics. Look, we don't want to miss our Jamaicans here dancing on. They're having a great time at the Winter Olympics. And speaking about a great time...
This was before the opening ceremony, I think.
Yeah.
They were just vibing themselves up for some exercises and so on.
Well, at least they're keeping warm, although they're in the Winter Olympics. So, Lance...
And I'm not sure if those are the current dances, though. Those dances look a little 70s.
What do you know about the current dances?
A lot.
Oh,
yeah.
Wow!
I don't do them, but I know of them.
I love that. So, while we take on the beautiful footage of the Jamaican dances, I was making the point about Haiti because I'm so proud of them. I have to say that I'm very proud of Haiti. They're making their debut at this Winter Olympics. And we had the opportunity to speak to their Olympic president, Hans Larsen, and he's so proud of them, and he hopes that this step is in the right direction and that more young Haitians will feel motivated by looking at Richardson Viano.
But Mariah, he's only there because he isn't in Haiti.
Who?
Viano.
But that's like all of us. We're there. What's up with Lance? First he says he knows these dances, these young people dances that I have no clue about. All right, so we're going to take a quick commercial break, and when we come back, we have so much more exciting topics to discuss. Stay with us.